He's ready for a little bit of cake drama. I love a bit of cake drama. Some of this cake drama is really, really, really recent, and some of it happened just a couple weeks ago, if not a week or so ago. And I would absolutely love to talk about it. I love talking about cakes. I got a whole entire playlist dedicated to just talking about cakes.
And my last box was so bad that Crumbl actually reached out to me and offered me a gift card, which I did decline because I don't want their hush money.
Cake makers, treat makers, the cake pop makers, the treat decorators. I'll cover a little spectrum. I've covered about big companies, small TikTok businesses, everything in between. We're actually talking about two mega giants here. We're talking about the Hershey's chocolate drama.
Guys, I don't think chocolate's supposed to look like this. Why is it so like elasticy?
Yes, Hershey's chocolate drama, and also Crumbl Cookies drama as well. Hershey's you can in fact find in the UK. However, it doesn't taste exactly like the Hershey's bar that you guys get in the States because there's like food regulations and all of that. We can't have exactly the same ingredients. Like even our Oreos are slightly different. Okay, slightly different. So I was actually going to get like a bar of Hershey's and compare it to like a Cadbury's. I know what they both taste like. No offense, Hershey's is, in my opinion, not the greatest. But apparently it doesn't even like really classify as chocolate. Apparently it classifies as like candy because that is actually like such a small percentage of like cocoa in it. Don't shoot me, do not shoot me, shoot the messenger, all right? But there's been a whole Hershey's chocolate scandal where we actually have the grandson of Reese's Pieces coming out, the Reese's Buttercups, which by the way, stunning. Didn't realize it's all kind of under the same little web, and he's standing up and he's been fighting against Hershey's because Hershey's apparently has changed the formula so much that it can't even be classified as like the same thing. So now they're actually wanting to add chocolate to their chocolate. It's been a whole entire thing because people have literally been like coming out with this like, what is this? Like this. They've like melted it slightly and it's literally turned into this weird like spandexy thing. It looks like one of those like, remember those like rubber things that you can like spin and like whack against the wall and they stick? Those like lizard things. You used to get them on holiday. You like whack them against a wall and they stick there. They like freeze and they come off the wall. Yeah, it looks a bit like that. Anyways, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Crumbl Cookie because people... Okay, granted, I've never tried a Crumbl cookie. I have actually got what I consider the best cookies. I consider the best cookies. People from the UK will also agree with me. I've got the M&S chocolate chip cookie. God bless M&S. She be spenny, but she be delicious. But there's this whole Crumbl cookie thing with you have some creators who are literally going out of their way to call out Crumbl cookie in such a huge direct way that they actually genuinely have a lot of Crumbl fans very, 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 very angry.
I like when I can just squeeze the cookie and it's just like wet sand. I don't like that.
People are getting extremely defensive over anyone slighting their dearly beloved Crumbl. Okay, so we got all that to come, but first off, let us discuss what has gone on with Hershey's. So,
and here it is. I went and I purchased this today, and I'm going to open it with you guys and see for ourselves. I mean, it's a little melted, I guess, from the car, but yeah, it's doing the same thing. Like, it doesn't snap. It doesn't snap like it used to. It's like rubbery. Yes. It's rubbery. You guys, stop eating this crap. This isn't chocolate. And worse, stop feeding this to your kids. Real chocolate doesn't do this. It's almost like Play-Doh. I can hold it. Do better. Gross.
So once upon a time there was a great big company called Hershey's, and Hershey's got called out by TikTok. There was one creator in particular up here who was literally just like playing with it.
I'm gonna bend it. Look at that. It's like slime. This is real chocolate. No, this is fake real chocolate, bro. This is literally like slime, bro. Look, I'm literally peeling it.
Now, there were people who were trying to like counteract this by doing their own videos, where they're saying like, actually no, mine is perfectly fine, yada yada yada. Someone commented saying, paid by Hershey, I bought some and it definitely had a rubber feel and didn't taste the same. I even bought Reese's and it was disgusting as well. And the creator said, I wish they'd pay me. Imagine, but nah, mine was fine. Though some people are insisting it must have been an older bar. I'm planning on going to the store and fishing around for the newest bar I can find to compare. And the ironic thing is, is that there has been a lot of issues with Hershey. So it actually says Hershey switching back to classic Reese's recipe after backlash. So this in particular is talking about the Reese's product, which has led actually the grandson of Reese's founder, who was very, very, very angry and was actually criticizing Hershey's. Hershey's owns Reese's as well, if you're not quite aware. Hershey's is then probably owned by like a bigger company. It's really weird. Like, the more you start to realize, the more you know that actually there's only like a select few companies that actually own a lot of other companies that you think are owned by themselves. They're not.
Hershey says it's going back to pure chocolate ingredients in all of its products. The company announcing it will swap out a chocolate compound coating and replace it with its classic milk and dark chocolate recipes. The change comes after criticism by a member of the Reese family who accused the company of cutting corners on ingredients.
Yeah, so Reese's peanut butter cups have always been made with real milk chocolate or dark chocolate and peanut butter, but a small portion of Hershey's and Reese's products, like mini Easter eggs, are now made with a coating that contains less chocolate. Hershey said that in 2027 it will shift those products to their classic milk chocolate and dark chocolate recipes. The Hershey, Pennsylvania-based company said it will also be making other changes to its sweets portfolio next year, including transitioning to natural colours and enhancing Kit Kat's recipe to make it creamier. I'm just saying, I was listening to this like news report done on this, and the way that they are wording it just makes me feel like, what the hell have you been putting in this to make it unmeltable in the microwave? Like I say, I wish I had like a bar of chocolate to like melt some like Cadbury's dairy milk or something to show you what actually happens when you melt in chocolate. Now, a lot of people say all sorts of stuff about Cadbury's, saying that they've like changed the recipe, blah blah blah, like shrinkflation. They've like lowered how much milk they're putting in it to make it cost effective. Like, yeah, maybe true. I'm telling you, if you put that in the microwave, it would not be doing this like weird rubber duck thing. But Brad Reese, the grandson of the inventor of Reese's peanut butter cups, ignited the controversy in a public letter he sent to Hershey's corporate brand manager on Valentine's Day. Yes, because this bar was actually the Valentine's Day limited edition.
Because why the fuck y'all make me go in my trash and show you that this is the real Hershey packet that I bought? These are the ingredients in this pack that I bought. And this is the purchase I made for the chocolate bar at Target. It was the Valentine's edition. This is not fake. This is not AI. It's not expired. You guys just don't want to know the truth. I was just super baked that night and I noticed my chocolate looked weird, so I'm just spreading awareness.
Okay. They said, how does the Hershey company continue to position Reese's as its flagship brand, a symbol of trust, quality and leadership, while quietly replacing the very ingredients, milk chocolate and peanut butter, that built Reese's trust in the first place? Reese wrote in the letter which he posted on his LinkedIn profile. Hershey acknowledged some recipe changes but said it was trying to meet consumer demand for innovation. This is what I'm trying to say. They're trying to go about the quantity not quality route, and I'm not buying it. I don't like it. High cocoa prices also have led Hershey and other manufacturers to experiment with using less chocolate in recent years. But the thing is, right, if you're buying a bar of chocolate, you want it to be chocolate. Now, allegedly, I've already said this before, but allegedly, you can't actually classify Hershey's as chocolate because it's more like candy. Like, there's not actually enough chocolate in it to classify it as. And if they're saying that they're removing even more chocolate, what you got? what you got. But once again, you will have people who like, I don't know whether or not it's like people feel like quite protective over brands that they grew up with from childhood, so they get like ferociously like protective over it. The one that I can probably think of is like Marmite, because I freaking love Marmite. I've loved it ever since I was little. Like literally, I'm a Marmite since toddlerhood gal, right? I love Marmite, but I feel like with Marmite, I'm kind of used to people bagging on Marmite because it literally the slogan is love it or hate it. You have to try it. Is that right? Please don't quote me on that one. Anyway, something a bit like that. You either love it or you hate it, right? I love it. It's so true that you can't have a neutral opinion on Marmite, unlike with chocolate, or not quite chocolate. Anyway, so they're not happy. But like I say, like people do be fighting. And people be fighting this one creator called Mackenzie. You've probably heard of her before. She's actually a baker. She makes like all sorts of stuff. She does review cakes and cookies. I see a lot of bakers do this, and I really like it because I think it is really awesome to see people who do it for a living, they bake for a living, then trying things which are like massively loved, yeah, and then breaking down what's good about it and what's bad. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I eat something, I either love it or I don't like it. I can't really tell you why I like it and I don't. Maybe like, oh, it's too sweet, too salty. But I can't break down all the ingredients and be like, oh, that's the reason why I don't like it, because it's got too much of this, or oh, they didn't do this right, that's why I don't like it. I either like it or I don't half the time, right? So she's out here dragging Crumble.
Look at how good these look. I don't even know where to start, because listen, you guys, this box could be the one that changes my mind. Will it be? Probably not. Wow, I love how it just falls apart and is literally wet. Some things never change. Old mushy strawberries. This is a vanilla cake cookie with fresh house-made whipped cream, strawberry jam, and strawberry slices. Last time I had one of Crumble's things with strawberry and whipped cream, it was rancid, it was disgusting. It will come as a surprise to no one that it looks raw. God, you know what's so effing annoying about this? Is that the strawberry topping is actually good. And the whipped cream is good. And you might be thinking, I think it's annoying because Crumbl is good. No, it's because the cookie is such garbage. It is wet. It is gross. It's not baked. You're doing a disservice to the strawberry topping and the whipped cream.
And a lot of people don't like the fact that she drags Crumble. And
I do see the salt this time. I will say it does look like all of the chocolate chips were just on the top. I like a chocolate chip cookie. A classic chocolate chip cookie is my favorite. It's pretty terrible. It tastes stale. It tastes like 3 days old. It is fully baked. That is always a win when it comes to Crumbl. Unfortunately, the bar is in hell. The chocolate is like chalk. It's not like, it's just, can you see it crumbling? Is it focusing?
What I do know is that a lot get recommended to me, because a lot of cake stuff gets recommended to me. And I will be honest, they do look a bit dry. They look a bit crumbly. And from what I can tell, they don't do cookies very well, but they do the cakes. Like even Mackenzie says this, but then also other creators that I've come across as well say the exact same thing. Like, oh, the brownies are nice, the cakes are nice, the cookies are absolutely terrible. And I'm like, but they're called Crumbl Cookies.
I've just had way better cookies in LA. That Crumbl is like the last place I go to for cookies. Like, it just doesn't even compare. Now, this isn't as bad as the sugar cookie, but I give this one like a 5 out of 10. It's not something that I would pick or eat again.
So this one I did buy it yesterday. This is a Marks and Spencer. It just says triple chocolate cookies, right? And it's basically got like white chocolate, dark chocolate, I think, and then milk chocolate. Have I got that right, people? Should we try and do this? Oh, she's still gooey. Yeah, look at that. So that's what she looks like, yeah? It's just so good. I can't. These things are absolutely lethal because they come... I'm pregnant. That's going down an absolute treat. Come in packs of 5, and I've actually seen people buy them. I have to start doing this soon, I swear. Buying them, portioning them into 5 different like Ziploc bags, having one of them, and then putting the rest in the freezer so that they can't just literally sit there eating all of the cookies. And I think that is genius. There is nothing better than like a coffee and a cookie. There's nothing better than a coffee and a cookie. Maybe a cookie and a glass of milk. That's delightful. Anyway.
Watch. It is literally like raw cookie dough. Conversation Hearts pink sugar cookie. I can't even hold it without it falling apart. This is an almond sugar cookie topped with a perfect swoop of almond frosting. And then it has this little Conversation Hearts topper. The cookie itself is actually fully baked, but it's wet.
Crumbling around the outskirts, they're just like falling apart. Because apparently they would have been cooked and then put in like a sealed box. And then the condensation from the other cookies would have like caused it to melt away. Not good. So this is the comments that she gets. You got Crumbl cookie but complain when the cookie crumbles. 15.5k. I do understand the point that's being made. However, I feel like the crumbling that was going on and that is going on should not be happening. I feel like it shouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
They say that this is a refreshing. It makes me gag every time. First of all, it's like kinetic sand. It bends. A cookie shouldn't bend like that, but whatever.
So dramatic over a box of cookies. This is so dramatic. I don't know. I feel like it's not that serious. And the thing is, these have quite a lot of hearts. And I really do think it's because like if people grow up with a certain company or a certain food or they really like it, they become like really vicious towards it. And we have to remember, this is not just like a small bakery down the road. Okay, this is not just someone's family run business. Okay, maybe it started off like that, but it ain't like that now. This is a massive billion dollar company. Okay, and if something is wrong, you need to literally be like, I want a free box. Not as that, I want you to go and change the recipe. I want you to change what you've done so it doesn't happen to anyone else, because you have a right as a consumer to be like, hey, hold on. Especially if that company is profiting so much, like the margin is going to be so big between how much it costs for them to make one of those cookies or cakes versus how much they sell them for.
So this is Martha Stewart's chocolate chip cookie thin. They are delicately crisp I don't think they're happy to see me.
Okay, the margin is going to be massive because you loved it as a child or you love it or whatever. You shouldn't be standing up for these massive companies. Now, the ironic thing is that Mackenzie had such a bad, I think it was Valentine's Day box, that Crumbl literally reached out to her with a gift card and Mackenzie was like, no, I declined it because I do not want your hush money.
I do not like Crumbl cookie. This is not a secret. And my last box was so bad that Crumbl actually reached out to me and offered me a gift card, which I did decline because I don't want their hush money. And I always swear I'm never going to try these again. But then I get this many tags in 1 week. I see all of them. It's ridiculous. So we're trying these. I'm gonna vomit and I'm only 3 cookies in. Next we have the cereal milk cookie. This is a soft cereal inspired sugar cookie brushed with a milky glaze and topped with a vibrant fruity cereal. I don't remember what I thought of this one last time I tried it. I just remember not really liking it, but I don't remember why, so maybe this one will be better. It is fully baked. Was the last one fully baked? I don't remember.
And the thing is, people were then being like, it's so disrespectful to decline them when they're trying to help. It's like, no, like this is not a small company. I'm saying like, yeah, we should speak to people like customer service. We should speak to people nicely, people who are just trying to work. Yeah, we should do that. But feeling sorry for Crumbl as an entity, no, especially when what I'm seeing looks like a lot of corners were missed. A lot of T's were not crossed, I's were not dotted in the process of making some of this stuff. Even the actress, what's her name? Zooey Deschanel? Is that how you say her name? Off of Who's That Girl? It's Jess. That one. New Girl. That's it. Even she was asked to like, I don't know if she was sent this box or whatnot, but she was like reviewing a box of Crumbl cookie and she just flat out said she hated it.
Biscoff flavor? Just eat a Biscoff. Oh. Okay, these cookies are hard. Oh, it's got interior life. I don't like it. Ugh, that one's heavy. This just looks like you just took a sugar cookie and just covered it in stuff. Oh my god, it's so sweet. No. Don't tell me this is chocolate chip. What is this? No. I don't think these cookies are my thing. I don't even know what this is. This is like a bunch of stuff. Now my hands are dirty. I don't mean to complain, but I don't like these cookies. This one.
And then I've seen other ones where people are like forcing themselves to like it. I've seen, granted, I do see some where people are genuinely like, oh, I enjoy their stuff. And that's perfectly fine. But there is nothing bad about people standing on business and calling out these companies for not having good enough quality control. Because you see on one hand, like, someone's cake looked good, and then in another review it looks awful. Like, there is zero quality control going on, and those boxes are not cheap, and they're making so much money from doing this. You should be able to stand up and be like, no, I'm not happy about this. But for some bizarre reason, like, people just get so attached, even with the whole Hershey's thing. And I'm like, guys, it's not the same. They even came out and said that they are scrimping how much chocolate is in it because the cost of cocoa beans has gone up. They're literally taking away the one thing that made it what it was, okay? So, no, you've got... And they did that very slyly. They only just owned up to it from what I'm aware. So, no, you have got to be careful about stuff like this. Yikes, like, this did not reach the right audience. Guys, she's not saying you're evil for liking Crumble. Leave her alone. Someone else said, she is literally a professional baker. Her opinion is pretty valid. Yeah, if you literally have bakers who are spitting out the cookie saying, this isn't even worth the calories of my day to swallow this. Like, that is how bad this is. Maybe you just have to rethink it, okay? And no amount of free gift carding is going to solve this conundrum. I'm saying that the Crumbl Cookie reviews, there's never a medium ground. It's either I love it or I really don't like it. And some people may like certain ones in the box, but then other ones are so revolting to them that they have to like spit them out. There's never just like a medium ground, at least any that I've come across, which just makes me feel like there's a massive lack of quality control that's going on, which should not be happening for the price of the box and for a company that is so big. And what's really scary as well is that like companies like Hershey's and that, they're so big, they've got so much money, yet they couldn't actually afford to keep up with the quality. I feel like that is just the way the world is going at the minute. Everything is either shrinkflation has affected so much, quality control has affected so much. People have had to, like, companies have had to start changing their ingredients and changing the sizes to try and like keep up with demand because everything's so expensive. And I had an issue when Freddo, like, we had this little frog that it's gotten smaller and it charges more money. I swear it was like 2p at one point, and now it's like, I don't even know. I don't know how much this frog is, but it's a lot more than that. So, yeah. You have a right to be annoyed if your favourite chocolate changes, but you don't have a right to be annoyed if people are calling out a billion-dollar company for lack of quality control. You should just let people get annoyed, right? I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure. But that's pretty much all I had to say today, actually. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. I hope you have also had a fantastic Easter as well. Would love to hear about it. Would love to hear your thoughts and feelings. Are you a Hershey's fan? Are you a Crumbl Cookie fan? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.